You probably think home clutter is just a part of life. You believe getting true peace means a massive house redo, maybe even moving. But what if every single thing you thought about creating a calm home was wrong? These surprising Japanese secrets tear all of that apart. Get ready to see how simple, smart swaps can instantly change your space, turning daily mess into pure calm you didn't even know was possible. Before we continue, hit subscribe so you never miss the latest updates. Number 1. Jenkin entryways that keep dirt outside. Alright, let's start right at the front door. In a typical home, the entryway is a magnet for chaos. It's where shoes pile up, mail gets dumped, and dirt from the outside gets tracked all over the place. But in Japan, they have a brilliant solution called a Jenkin. Think of it as a small, separate zone, an airlock for your home. When you walk in, you're not immediately in the main living space. You're in a sunken area, a step lower than the rest of the house. This isn't just a design choice, it's a dirt trap. The rule is simple. Shoes come off here, and they never, ever cross that step up into the main home. The flooring in the Jenkin is usually made of durable, easy-to-clean materials like stone, tile, or sometimes even carefully placed river pebbles. This textured surface is perfect for catching any mud, water, or debris from outside. The mess is literally contained in one spot. But it does more than just keep your floors clean. The Jenkin creates a powerful mental transition. By taking off your shoes and stepping up into your home, you're physically and psychologically leaving the stress and busyness of the outside world behind you. Number 2. Heated washlet toilets. Alright, moving from the entryway, let's talk about the bathroom. For most of us, a toilet is just a toilet. It's purely functional. But in Japan, they've transformed it into a piece of technology focused on comfort and next-level cleanliness. You've probably heard of them, but experiencing one is something else. The first thing you notice, especially on a cold morning, is the heated seat. It's a simple luxury that instantly makes you feel taken care of. But the main event is the bidet function, or the washlet. When you're finished, a small, self-cleaning wand extends and cleans you with a precise stream of warm water. You can control everything: the temperature, the pressure, even the spray pattern. It's a completely different standard of personal hygiene, way beyond what toilet paper alone can do. Many models don't stop there. They often include a warm air dryer, which means you use way less paper. This is great for the environment and helps prevent plumbing issues. Some even have lids that lift automatically as you walk in, and a built-in fan that pulls odors out of the bowl so the room always stays fresh. Number 3. Deep soaking bathtubs for relaxation. While we're still in the bathroom, let's look at how Japanese design handles pure, old-school relaxation. A bath in Japan isn't just about getting clean. It's a ritual for unwinding and letting go of stress. This is where the ofuro, or deep soaking tub, comes in. Forget the long, shallow tubs you're used to. These are designed to be much deeper, so you can sit upright and have the warm water come right up to your shoulders. It's less about stretching out and more about being fully submerged in comforting warmth. Many traditional ofuro tubs are made from a special wood called hinoki cypress. This wood is amazing. It's naturally antibacterial and resistant to moisture, which is why it's been used in building for over 1,000 years. But here's the best part. When the hinoki wood gets wet from the hot water, it releases a faint, citrus-like scent into the air. It's a completely natural aromatherapy that fills the room and helps you relax on a whole other level. It turns a simple bath into a full sensory experience. Number 4. Sliding doors that save space. The answer lies in rethinking one of the most basic parts of a house: the doors and walls. Think about a normal door for a second. It needs a huge amount of empty floor space just to swing open and shut. In a small apartment, that's valuable real estate you can't use for anything else. Japanese homes solve this with sliding panels, known as fusuma and shoji screens. Instead of heavy, permanent walls and clunky doors, these lightweight panels glide open and closed. This means you can completely change a room's layout in seconds. A bedroom can become a living room just by sliding a panel and putting away the futon bed into a closet, which, of course, also has sliding doors. It's a brilliant way to make sure there's zero wasted square footage. One room can do the job of 2 or 3, all while keeping things looking open and clean. But it gets even better with shoji screens. These have a classic wooden lattice frame with a special, translucent paper stretched across it. This isn't just for looks. The paper catches the sunlight and diffuses it, filling the entire room with a soft, warm glow. Number 5. Foldable futon bedding. So, you've got these flexible rooms with sliding walls. But what about the biggest, most permanent piece of furniture in most bedrooms? The bed. In Japan, the bed often isn't permanent at all. The traditional futon is a complete sleep system designed to basically disappear every single morning. It's a simple setup, a thin mattress pad, a warm comforter, and a pillow, all placed right on the tatami mat floor. The tatami itself is firm and supportive, and even helps regulate humidity. But the real genius is what happens when you wake up. Instead of just making the bed, you fold the whole thing up. The entire set gets stored away inside a deep, built-in closet called an ashire, which usually has its own sliding doors. And just like that, the bedroom is gone. In its place is an open space that can be a living room, a study, or a play area for the kids. It's the ultimate example of one room having 2 or 3 different functions throughout the day. Number 6. Built-in storage closets. This is where Japanese design gets really smart. Instead of thinking of storage as a piece of furniture you add to a room, they build it right into the architecture of the house itself. The whole philosophy is about keeping surfaces clear to create a sense of calm. If you don't absolutely need something out in the open, it should have a place to go, completely out of sight. This gets rid of all that visual noise that makes a room feel stressful and messy. We saw this with the ashire closet for the futon bedding. It's not just a closet, it's a deep, carefully designed space built directly into the wall, often with shelves to organize everything perfectly. It's a part of the room's structure, not an afterthought. But they take this idea even further. One of the most brilliant examples is something called a kaden dansu, which is basically a staircase chest. Imagine a set of stairs going up to a loft or a second floor. Now, imagine that every single step pulls out to reveal a hidden drawer. You're using all that wasted vertical space under the stairs for storage, while the staircase itself is still doing its job. It's 2 pieces of furniture in one, seamlessly blended together. Number 7. Separate toilet and bathrooms. Alright, this idea is a total game changer, especially if you've ever had to wait for someone to finish a long shower. In most Japanese homes, the toilet is not in the same room as the bathtub. They are 2 completely separate spaces. Think about the morning rush in a typical family home. If one person is taking a shower, the entire bathroom, toilet, sink, everything is occupied. It's a classic bottleneck. But in Japan, the toilet is often in its own small, separate room, sometimes called a water closet. This means one person can be taking a relaxing bath, another can be brushing their teeth at the sink, and someone else can use the toilet, all at the same time. It completely eliminates that bathroom traffic jam and just makes the whole household run more smoothly. There's also a strong focus on hygiene. The toilet is seen as a functional, unclean area, while the bathing space is for cleansing and relaxation. Separating them keeps these 2 very different activities physically and mentally apart. You're not trying to have a peaceful soak in a deep tub that's sitting right next to a toilet. It just feels cleaner. Number 8. Bathroom laundry drying systems. Okay, let's talk about one of the most annoying sources of clutter in any home: laundry. Specifically, wet laundry. Where do you put it? Usually, it ends up on a clumsy drying rack that takes over your living room or a bedroom, making the whole place feel messy for hours or even days. In Japan, they have a brilliant solution for this, especially in smaller apartments where space is tight. They turn the bathroom, a room already built to handle moisture, into a high-tech drying room. Many Japanese bathrooms come equipped with a built-in overhead system. It's basically a heater and a powerful fan. You hang your wet clothes on a rod inside the shower or bath area, close the door, and press a button. The system then circulates warm, dry air, drying your clothes quickly and completely out of sight. No more musty smells from air drying in a humid climate, and no more ugly laundry racks in your living space. Number 9. Multi-purpose rooms instead of single-use spaces. This is where that idea of clever, beautiful furniture fits into a much bigger philosophy. Think about a typical house. You probably have a dining room that's only used for special occasions, a guest room that sits empty most of the year, or a formal living room nobody ever sits in. These are single-use spaces, and they often end up as dumping grounds for clutter. Japanese design flips this idea on its head. A room isn't just a bedroom or a dining room. It's simply a room. Its purpose can change depending on the time of day or what you need. This comes from a core principle that empty space isn't wasted space. It's seen as a positive thing, full of potential. When you get rid of unnecessary walls and single-purpose furniture, you not only create physical space, but mental space, too. So, how does it work in practice? We've already seen how sliding walls can instantly change a layout, and how a futon can be stored away. But the furniture is key. A low table used for dining might have legs that fold up, allowing it to be put in a closet after a meal. Suddenly, your dining room is now an open space for kids to play or for you to do yoga. Even the architecture gets in on the act. You'll see incredible designs like a kaiden dansu, which is a staircase that is also a chest of drawers, building storage right into the structure of the house. This isn't just about saving space, it's about intentional living. Instead of needing more rooms, you use the rooms you have more intelligently. The result is a home that feels larger, calmer, and completely free of those useless spaces that only exist to collect dust and junk. Number 10. Underfloor storage compartments. Alright, think about all the stuff you own but rarely ever use. We're talking about seasonal clothes, holiday decorations, or that emergency supply kit you hope you'll never need. Where does it all go? For most of us, it ends up in a cluttered attic, a packed garage, or the back of a closet. But Japanese design has a far more elegant solution. It goes under the floor. This is a brilliant and surprisingly common feature in many homes. In rooms like the kitchen or a traditional tatami room, you'll find hidden panels in the floor that lift up to reveal deep storage bins. It's not for things you need every day, but for everything else, the long-term storage items that would otherwise take up precious space. This idea is all about keeping the visible living area as clean and uncluttered as possible. You get all the storage you need without having to add a single bulky cabinet or piece of furniture. A common example is in the kitchen, where these underfloor bins are perfect for storing things like jars of pickled vegetables, extra bottles of soy sauce, or even disaster preparedness supplies. It's completely out of sight and out of mind. The floor looks perfectly normal, and the room feels open and spacious. You get the function of a massive storage chest without sacrificing an inch of your living space. This frees up your closets and cupboards for the items you actually use on a daily basis. So we've organized our stuff from the closets to the space under our feet. But the feeling of a peaceful home isn't just about what's inside. It's about how the house itself interacts with the world around it. Number 11. Compact and efficient kitchen layouts. Of all the rooms in a house, the kitchen is often ground zero for clutter and chaos. But in a Japanese home, it's a model of calm efficiency. This isn't just about being tidy. It's a whole philosophy baked right into the design. It starts with a simple rule. Everything must have a purpose in a designated home. This is the idea of kanso, stripping away everything that isn't essential. Think about the average kitchen, with countertops covered in appliances you use once a month. A Japanese kitchen flips that idea on its head. If it's not being used right now, it's put away. Every pot, every utensil, every spice jar has its own spot, keeping surfaces completely clear. This brings up the second key idea. Empty space is a good thing. A clear countertop isn't seen as wasted space. It's seen as an essential part of the design. It's breathing room for your mind and a functional workspace that lets you focus on cooking without visual distraction. This transforms the feeling of the room from stressful to serene, even if the kitchen itself is tiny. The layout itself is all about flow. It's designed so that the sink, the stove, and the fridge are just a few steps from each other, creating a super efficient work triangle. You're not wasting energy running back and forth. The whole process of preparing a meal becomes smoother and more intuitive. It's a space that works with you, not against you, turning a daily chore into a peaceful ritual. When your most functional room feels this calm, you start to see how that peacefulness can spread. And a huge part of that comes from how the house connects you to the world just outside your window. Number 12. Shoe cabinets near the entrance. Think about the first thing you see when you walk into your home. For many of us, it's a messy pile of shoes. It immediately creates a feeling of clutter and chaos right at the front door. Japanese design fixes this with an elegant and incredibly simple solution: the dedicated shoe cabinet. Known as a getabeko, This isn't just a rack where shoes are left out in the open. It's a proper cabinet, usually a sleek, beautiful piece of furniture that sits in the entryway or jenkin. The whole point is to get the shoes completely out of sight. By doing this, you're not just organizing. You're creating a clean, psychological break between the outside world and the calm of your home. The logic is simple but powerful. Your shoes have been all over the city, collecting dirt and dust. Containing them in a cabinet prevents that from being tracked all through the house, keeping your living space physically cleaner. Mental effect is just as important. A clear, uncluttered entryway sets the tone for the entire home. It's the first impression you get when you come back after a long day, and it welcomes you with a sense of order and peace, not a reminder of chores to do. It turns the simple act of taking off your shoes into a thoughtful ritual that respects your space. This idea of creating a clean boundary between outside and inside is a core principle. And it doesn't just stop at the front door. It influences how the entire home interacts with the world around it. Number 13. Minimalist organization that reduces clutter. This final idea is less of a single item and more of a mindset that pulls everything else together. It's the philosophy behind why these Japanese design choices feel so calming. It's all about intentional, minimalist organization. At its heart are two key concepts from Zen. The first is called kanso, which is basically the idea of simplicity by getting rid of anything that isn't essential. The goal isn't just to have a tidy room, it's to have a clear head. When your eyes have nothing unnecessary to look at, your mind can finally rest. The second concept is ma, which is about the importance of empty space. In a lot of Western design, we see a blank wall or an empty corner as a problem to be solved, a space that needs to be filled. But in Japanese design, that emptiness is a positive thing. It's part of the design itself, put there on purpose to give the few items that are in the room space to breathe and be appreciated. That's it for today. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for more updates you won't want to miss.